Hello and welcome to Hixxy Studio. Today I'm going to show you how to make this twisted easel card and we're going to be using this. I'll put that down, and if I open it up like that you'll be able to see the two parts. That's the top part and then that's the bit, and it twists like so. Just sort of tilt it for the camera up there. So we're going to be using this lovely die set from Elizabeth Craft's design. It's number 1932. It's called Easter Basket. And you've got all the things you need to cut out all the bits for this. The sentiment is from this Karen Burniston set, 1078 Easter Charms. We're just going to use the sentiment for our card. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to make the easel base, because I know sometimes I just go ahead and I've already got it sort of cut. If you're doing a square one or a rectangle one, it's quite straightforward. You just need to score and then score one piece in half. But if you are trying to make a shaped one, if you have the bigger sort of dies, and I know a lot of companies make the big sets of dies now, I'll show you how to use your dies to make your easel base. So I have a piece of card that is the length of A4 and I've cut it so that my circle die will fit on. And I'm going to score this in half. Get the right side of my board and my scoring tool. Goodness me, fingers and thumbs. Right, there we go. So when you're scoring the length of an A4 in half, you score it at 5 7/8, unless you've got a particular scoreboard that will score a half fold A4, which will give you a little bit of, if you see it just slightly, but it would be in the 16ths if you were to worry about that. And we're not, because we're going to cut this anyway. Move my board. So we have the fold here. Now, the way to get your easel base is to just hang, and I mean just, turn it over. You can just see that my cutting edge is just off of this, which means that I'm going to get a piece that's joined as opposed to two separate circles. So I'm going to grab some tape. What I do need to make sure is that it is on at the bottom, otherwise we'll have a piece where it isn't part of the circle. Okay, let's just double check. So you can see that my die, and I might just move that up just slightly because that is very, very close to the to that fold, and may not give me a strong enough sort of fold when we get the card. So we'll move it up a little bit more. Okay, you can do this with any of your larger dies, even your square ones. But if you've got any pretty shaped ones, scallop circles, that kind of thing, you can open up your whole sort of easel card sort of bases with those. So we're going to just run this through. Now remember, you are putting two thicknesses of card. So try with and it's what we call a simple shape. There's no detail. So put it through on a low pressure. It should be enough to do that. Let's see. There you go. So if I now take this off, there we go. It's come off, and now I have my circle easel base. Okay. Now we're making this one into a twisted easel. So we need to use, let me move that out of the way. And I'm going to grab my scoreboard to begin with. If I was just doing a straightforward easel, the way I would do it is I would put this onto my scoreboard, line the crease up as best I can, work out where it is and score it half. But I want a twisted easel. So, I mean, most people these days do have a mat. So what I'm doing is I am going to try to, and I'm not quite sure where we're going to go with this. I'm trying to use my 45-degree line. So I'm going to line that up there. This one is my 45-degree line, the solid one. And I'm going to grab a pencil. What I've done is I've lined that crease up with one of the vertical lines, and then I'm using my 45-degree line to give me a couple of marks. And I'm just going to make sure that that's going to crease the right way. I think I might need to flip it the other way. Yeah, because what I've, can you see what I've done is I'm going to crease that way when I want to crease that way. So let's do it on. Let's flip that and do it that way. See if that'll work. Yes, because that'll give me the 45 on the opposite part now. There's my 45. Alright, yeah, that'll do. That'll do. No, there's my 45. So I need to put it on this. You see here where all the angles go out. I need that crease to be on that line. That's the mistake I made just then. It's there. That one and that one. I can always rub these out. But now that will fold in that way when we do it. I do my scoreboard there. So when I'm trying to score something that's not a specific distance, I'll put my score tool in the line and bring it down, and then I can line the two things in the right place before I score, like so. Just going to erase those marks. They won't actually show because you stick the front over it, and then we'll score. It's not quite half, but it will do. It will work because it's going to sit like that. Now I have done it the wrong way. The way I did it the first time would have been the right way, but let's not worry about it. Let's go. Can you see what I've done? I thought I needed to go the other way, and I didn't. But all we do is we'll shift everything round. There's not a problem. We'll have a matching pair like bookends. Okay, so I have already cut another circle with that same die and my mats and layers. I'm not going to stick this on yet because I like to put all my bits on, but I can stick my base on. So I'm going to stick my base layer on, and that's out of the way. Oh, glue on the wrong side. We all need glue on those. They're in a bit, so it's not the end of the world. Okay. Right, so now we've got our easel done. We need to on the glue before it all goes everywhere. We're going to cut all our bits. Now I have already got them done because there's bits of assembling, but I will cut them to show you how I've done it. So I have, excuse me, this is another one that for the cutting you can get rid of all your little scraps. So this is literally what I've got. So I have a piece of craft card, and the basket itself comes in 4 pieces. Let's pull this right out. So you have this part, this bit sort of overlays that, so you get a real nice sort of 3D effect on that. So we want the front of our basket to be out of craft, and then we want the handle of the basket to be out of craft, and then I've got another piece here because you also get this like the rim around the basket, and that's really useful when we come to assembling it in the moment, and it helps you to be able to tuck things inside the basket. So, and then we'll have this kind of this piece for the inside of the basket. Oh, I need to cut that separately. Don't try and cut that there. Those dies would be way too close. So there's the basket. Okay, what else do we get? We get flowers. Okay, so we're going to cut our flowers, and I think I will cut those out of the pink. And then you get the centers. So I'm going to cut those out of this paper. You can't really see the pink or the cream, but we'll cut those out of there. Might cut this down in a moment. What else do we have? We have eggs. We have 2 eggs. There's no detail on them. And as you can see from my card, I cut quite a few, but I'm only going to cut 2 for the moment. Oops. And we'll cut them from the pattern paper. I'm going to trim these down in a moment. We've got 2 lots of leaves that go sort of opposite directions. And we'll cut those out of the green card. Like I say, in a moment, I will sort those out. And then we have this little bunny rabbit. Now, if the camera can see, there is a little face on there, so it is worth embossing. However, I found on my particular paper, it didn't show up particularly well. It will probably show up better on a darker or a plainer card. So that's the little bunny rabbit. Then we have this part, which is that nice little kind of, so it looks like you've got a piece of material inside your basket, and we'll cut that out of this one. And what else? We have the bow, which goes on the top of the basket there, and we'll cut that out of that one. And the other thing we need to cut is the sentiment, and I'm only going to cut this once. I'll cut it out of the cream. Okay, so what I need to do now is I just need to do a little bit of sticking this down and then trimming off bits of card. Now I am really layering this plate up, and it does mean that you might find some things won't cut so well. You can take a little bit more time at home and do sort of things separately. So let's put 2 of these on here and then cut that down. Make sure they're not too close. There. Grab my scissors. Whee. And cut that down. Here and here. This is one of those lovely die sets that allows you sort of a lot of scope. Stick it down first. A lot of scope for deciding where, you know, how you want to assemble your basket. You know, how you want to sort of assemble your flowers. You could have different sort of coloured centres, different outers of the flowers. The other thing you can do, and there, if you look on our channel, there'll be another video using the basket again, but with another die set, is if you don't want to spend the time sort of chopping and changing your dies for your colours, you can cut everything out of white card, and then you can ink it. So they'll have a look at that video as well. There are sort of pros and cons to both sort of ways of doing it. Just depends. I quite like using pattern paper for this kind of thing. Now I know what I did when I did it at home. I found this little check piece of paper, and I did kind of line it up with the actual pattern, just so it looks nice and neat. And then we'll stick the bow in there and trim that off. What else have we got? We've got happy Easter, and then that's all our bits. Now, like I say, I have really loaded up the platform here, and I may well find that some bits, trim that bit down as well, that some bits don't cut as well. This is purely for speed. Sometimes though, you do these things for speed, and then you end up spending more time because it's like, oh, that bit didn't cut, I need to run that through. So you know your machine at home, you know what it's capable with. I am going, because I've got so much here, I am going to use the magnetic shim for a bit of added pressure. Ooh. 2 magnets join in there. And then we'll run this through and see how we go. So like I said, I've already cut. Oh, sounds like it's cutting, doesn't it? I've already cut lots of eggs, lots more foliage, some more flowers. I've got everything cut. So we'll see how we go. We might add some more bits on. Okay, let's go through again. So let's look at the basket. So these bits, I am not going to run this through on an emboss, but at home, run some of these through on an emboss, and I'll show you which ones as we go. Now you can see there is a little bit of the detail here, but you can get a really nice detail with the emboss. So that's for the round the basket. I am going to just try and tidy up as I go, because there's so many bits. We have, oh, there we go. This bit, there isn't anything to emboss on that bit. So be careful, don't run everything through on an emboss. So let's just clean them off. They come out really easily. That's nice and clean. And get rid of that bit of rubbish. What I find when I'm doing cards with die sets like this is have little pots that I can put things in, particularly when you start getting the smaller bits. And you can see there is a little bit of detail on here that a little bit of embossing would bring out a bit more. So that's the basket handle. And then this is just a plain shape, nothing to emboss. And that then sits under there like that. So you can choose, you know, what your basket looks like both on the top and underneath. I mean, I think looking at it now, and this actually didn't even occur to me when I was doing the sample, could do it the same colour as the cloth to make it look like the cloth is inside the basket as well. So that's another possibility that you could do. Let's not lose any of the dies. Right, what else have we got? We have the foliage. Oh, one bit's come out already. There isn't anything really to emboss on these. So I have cut some for the project. I've cut some out of this card, and I've cut some out of a green patterned paper. I do like using patterned paper on these kinds of things. Just gives a little bit more added interest. So here's your eggs. There's nothing to emboss on those. And again, these are perfect for using your pattern papers on. All sorts of things going on with those. That's the eggs. What else have we got? Oh, one's stuck. Oh, that's come out. Now this is another one that would benefit from a bit more embossing. You'll probably easier see from the back, because there's these little sort of crosses in there, and it gives a real nice sort of effect on that, and that will sit on the basket. Oh, got the bow. Now I know on my sample I lost a bit, which I'm going to try not to lose this time, and it's this little bit I lost. So my bow on my card doesn't have that extra little bit, so I am actually going to put it in my pot with the rest of the things that I've pre-cut, so that I don't lose that bit. It's like why I say, you know, have the little pots there, and then you can just pop these things in, particularly if you're cutting lots of the same thing. Okay, and the bow is another one, just this little bit here that will emboss if you run it through again. That's that. Oh, what do we got? Right, here's the little, ooh, the rabbit. They've already fallen out of the die. So you can just about, I don't know, possibly make out the eyes and the little nose and the mouth there. Like I say, I think it would show up better on maybe a darker colour. And here are two of the centres that this one cuts out, and the third one stayed in because it was by that little bit of paper. So those are the sort of thing to put in a little pot so that you don't lose that. And what else have we got? The flowers. We've got 3 flowers here. And again, there's, if you look, the way you know when there's something to emboss on a die, let me grab one that has. You can see the cutting edge. First of all, it's deeper, but you can see it's a lot darker on your die. And then these lighter ones that are not as deep, they're the ones that emboss. So you can see on the flowers, there's nothing there that running through on an emboss will add. Okay, so that's all the bits for the basket. And then we have our Happy Easter sentiment, which is a lovely sentiment here, lovely font. And it pops out. It does all pop out. Oh, there you go, just drops out if you drop the die. Let's remove those extra little bits. That's now clean, that's that done. Okay, so we now have all the bits. Like I say, if you, like me, want more eggs, more foliage, then run it through. And that is, I suppose, that is one point at which cutting them out of white card is probably easier. I don't know. You can change the colours as you go. So we're going to move all this to the side. And I'm going to bring in my this bit. Remember I said I didn't want to stick that down yet because I want to actually build my basket. Now, the way I found to do this, and I'm going to get all my other bits out here. I think I've got everything else I need. We'll soon see, won't we? Let's put it all out here, and then we can fiddle around and play. Like you see, I've assembled my flowers. I'm going to put those. I need the basket bits, definitely. Oh, fingers today. And we'll see whether I need the other bits in a moment. Right, so assembling the basket. The easiest way I found to do this was to use 2 different glues for 2 different things. I've used some acrylic glue, but for putting the base of the basket down. But then I found using the glue gel. Sorry, I've got bits around there. The glue gel enabled, even though I don't necessarily want it for dimension, it allows me to move the bits as I'm kind of tucking things in here, there and everywhere. So we'll start with our basket, and this is the sort of base of the basket. I'll tell you what I should have done. What I would suggest you do is to lay it all down first to make sure you've got it where you want it. So I might have that a little bit low. I do have it. Oh no, we can make the bow go up higher. We'll have to go with it. Don't have much choice really. Okay, I'm gonna bring in my final one actually. Yeah. To do these. So I'm going to stick this over the top. So I'm just putting glue. I'm literally just going along the horizontal parts of the basket weave, and then we will stick that down over the top like so. Okay. Now I'm going to place that on there, but I am not sticking it for now, and it will become clear why shortly. So I'm just going to place it there because that's where it will be. The other thing I'm going to do is just grab a piece so I can press that down to stick it. There we go. And then I'm put glue on the handle. Again, using the fine glue. It doesn't all seep out from underneath. You've got this on, not stuck, and that allows you to place your handle like so. Move that up a little bit. Okay, now I can now take that away, and what that means is I can put my eggs in. I can start to add my eggs in and sort of line them up on this part, because then when I stick this over, it looks like they are inside the basket. So let's go. Let's just see what we've got. And we'll just arrange our eggs. And this is where I use the 3D glue gel, because it allows me to push things around, tuck things underneath, lift them. And I'm literally putting it on the bottom so that I can see where I'm going. So we're going to have on there. And this is just going to be fairly random. But it's kind of why I use the glue gel. So I've used different pattern papers for the eggs. I think I've got there should be another different one somewhere in there as well, but I can't see it. Not to worry. That one as well. Lots of different coloured papers, and then some plain card. And I've just gone for quite pretty Eastery colours. I went sort of purples and pinks and a little bit of green, because to tie in with the foliage. So I'm going to stick that one behind. Oh, that's a smaller egg, but that's okay. I can lift that one up a bit. And another. This one. I'm going to swap actually, because this one's a slightly different card, and I'm going to put that one there. And again, you can see this is another reason why I use the 3D glue gel, because I can fiddle and play now. If it's not where I like it, it can, you know, I can move it. I can put it somewhere else. Let's see what else we're going to do. One of these. I'm going to tuck that in here. And what have we got? Pink. Okay. And then there. Okay. And then more with the cardboard. Yeah, another big one here. In fact, we'll put this one. I am literally fapping now with this. So sorry. I'm sorry I'm laughing. We've got Sally. Well, actually she's not little. She just walked behind me and walked all the way through my boxes that are on the floor. Bless her. Right. Okay, where was I? Right, we're back to putting eggs in. Let's put some more eggs in. Yeah. I'm just arranging them like so you can see I can just fiddle around where I want them. I want them to be sitting like so. You monkey. Are you getting in my thing? Right, so okay, compose myself. Right, so I now have my eggs in the basket, and now I can put this on. I need to just push those up a little bit, otherwise they're going to show. There, like so. So now those baskets are inside those eggs are inside the basket rather than on the top. So I'm just going to put again glue gel, because it will give me a little bit more maneuverability. Like so. Excellent. So now we've got the eggs in the basket. We've got spare eggs. We can go and move those away. We don't need those. And then I'm going to... I just realised I don't have very much. Oh, I do. was thinking I don't have very much foliage. I did. I did cut a load of foliage. Phew! And the other bits that we've got in here. Use those as well. So with these, I'm going to put the glue on, the acrylic glue on these, because I don't need these to be stood out. So just a little bit on each of the leaves, but it does mean, oh, that's not really the one I wanted. I'll put that one there for now. Remember, they are directional, and I picked up one that was going the wrong way. Okay, I want one, if I can find it, that's going to go inwards like that. So a little bit of glue on here. And then I'm going to tuck this down in. And then so you've got the glue on the leaves, but the little bit of glue underneath. In fact, I'd like that a little bit more. That. And then I want one of those patterned ones as well on there. And stick that. There we go. So that's what I want. Like so. I'm just going to get my little bit of card. I'm getting a bit gluey on my hands, which is why when I then move my hands away, everything comes with it. So I've got my bits of foliage there. I'm going to have a bit coming down there as well, I think. So this is the point at which you can just play as to where you want to place things and arrange things. So what else do I want? We'll have a piece of this going that way. So, do I want any more? I think we'll go with that. So I've got plenty of spare foliage there. We'll move that out of the way. Oops, I'm losing the flower. Gone down there. I'm going to need, I've thrown that over there. I am going to need some for the base. So I'll need to get it back in a minute. So I need, let's grab 3 flowers of pink. I've got a shiny purple. Right, so let's put those 3 on there. Whee, swiveling around on my board. So again, 3D glue gel, because it gives me a little bit more maneuverability, and it will give me a little bit of height, because this is getting, this isn't flat anymore. So putting the acrylic glue on will be a bit tricky, because it wouldn't make contact everywhere, whereas this is going to be absolutely fine. Now we're going to take 3 of those. Little bunny. Let's go with this one, because he's got some nice detail on his eyes. So we'll put him down first, or her, who knows, him or her. Easter bunny there. And then we want some flowers. So we'll put, I'm going to move him up a bit. Again, see, this is why I like 3D glue gel, because it's like, it gives you room. The only thing I would say is to be careful when you're moving things, because if I wasn't covering this up, I'd be a bit stuck. Right, a bit stuck. That glue, you'd see that glue. So just be a little careful if you are going to move things, that you move them sort of to a place which is still covered. So there's our 3 pink, and we'll grab a couple of purple ones as well. So this is pretty much the top of our card. No, it's not. We need the we need the sentiment. And what I've done is I've cut it in both cream and purple, and I've used just done a drop shadow on it, just to give us a little bit more interest. And I realised that I haven't got the I haven't got the bow on yet on the top of the basket, so we'll do that as well. And then we can look at creating the base. There we go. So I have put the flat glue. There's not any depth of anything there already, so this will stick down. Might need something to encourage it to for the minute, but we'll leave it for the moment. And the bow. So let's grab the bow. Yay. And this is going to go on the top of the basket. It's glue everywhere. Everything's sticking to each other. Let's move that over there. Move that over there before I So this bit I can put down quite flat. I'm going to put that just above, and then this bit I am going to add some 3D glue gel. I can feel I've got glue all over here. With acrylic glue, you know that you can rub your hands and it will come off. With the glue gel, it's a little bit more sort of sticky, glutinous. Now I did manage to save that a little bit. I'm going to need my my wet pencil. Ooh. To stick it on, and it does. It might seem silly, but it does actually add a really lovely finish. So that's the front, the top of our card, if you like. We now need to deal with the bottom. So I'm just going to bring this one in, because what I'm going to try and do, as I've gone the opposite way, I'm going to try and mirror what I've done here. So we're going to put foliage and the bunny and the flowers here, and then the foliage with the eggs here to create our stopper. So let's bring our foliage back in. Let's go with what have we got. Let's have a look at what we've got and what direction they're going in. So there we go, we've got this one. And I'm going to just keep bringing this in so that I can see where I want this to be, so that I don't end up putting it where it's not going to be seen. And then we're going to add another one, going the same way. Ooh! Gone over a little bit too far. So there's one there, and I want one that's going to come round this way. Like so. And then I've got another little bunny here. I keep doing that because I can feel I'm knocking bits off. Yeah, I've got foliage and flowers in my lap. So the bunny will go there. Yeah. We're going to get 3D glue gel on this. So the bunny's going to sit there. And we want the flowers. There we go. There's our flowers. Whoops. Let's go in front. Like so. And then we need a bit more foliage. Now, because this is coming this way, I'm going to get, see what I've got. Yes. Ooh, ooh, Right. Oh, here we go. That's probably the bit I need. Might have to improvise a little bit here. I want. Bear with me, I'm just confused. Yes, I want a little bit that's going to go that way. What should I use? We'll go this way. Like so. Yep, I'll do that. Fingers. What I want is some foliage to show kind of stick kind of there when I get the eggs on. I'm gonna grab that piece and do that. There we go. How much more would I like on? I think we could go with a piece like that. That would be good. And then I think that's probably it for our foliage. And then we need the rest of our eggs. So let's see what eggs we've got left. And which ones we'd like to use. Whoop. Okay, bring those ones we cut earlier in as well. We might use those. Ugh, everything's everywhere. Right, so what have I got? I've got those three at the back. Oh, I might go a bit rogue on this one. I know we can do that. That will do. Those three, and then those three little ones, and that one at the front with the flower. Let's do that, I think. Okay, right. So again, I just want to make sure that I am getting this in the right place. So kind of it's going to sit there. Okie dokie. That's the first one. Once I've got that first one on, I can then work out or place everything else around. It's just getting that first one, and I'm pressing the bottom down because I want that bit to be up to create the stopper. So there, and this one. Seem to have a lot of fluff about. Fluff catching on everything. There. And we're going to use these three smaller ones, and we'll do. Oh no, I only want two, don't I? That's okay. Two is fine. I have two little pattern ones, and then I might go with that one at the front, and over and use that one at the front with the floor on there, like so. So that's our base. All those. Oh, do you know what I forgot to do? I thought there was something missing. It's possibly too late now. No, we might be okay if this hasn't stuck too much. I forgot to put the bit of material on, didn't I? Like so. Let's see. Oh yes, we can do that. We can do that. Oh, she says, let me just grab a piece of paper because I am getting glue. Another bonus of not using the acrylic glue everywhere. I can go back, stick my little bit on. That can stick back down. And my two flowers can go back over the top like so. And you'd never know I forgot. Right, so the next thing, the last thing we need to do, that is going to sit now against those. So now we need to position this. So what I tend to do is I tend to try and put it on the card, and then I just grab a pencil and give myself a little line there so that I know roughly where to put the glue, so that I don't end up putting glue too far up. So we're going to go with the glue like so, And then we're going to bring this back in. And then place that like so on there. And then I'm just going to flatten that down so that I can just put a little bit of pressure stick up to there. So I'm going to bring the other one in because I've got like bookends now. There we go. So I have a twisted easel card, and I've made it using a large circle die, and then we've used this really gorgeous set from Elizabeth Craft Design, the Easter basket, to create all of our decoration. Thank you for joining me.